Seniors over 60, stop eating. These 7 worst fruits destroy leg strength. Have you ever found yourself doing everything right, eating healthy, staying active, and following all the wellness advice, yet still feeling like your legs are losing strength? It's frustrating, isn't it? You're not alone. Many seniors experience this, and it often comes down to one overlooked factor: the fruits you're consuming. Yes, certain fruits can actually weaken your legs over time. In today's video, we'll uncover the 7 worst fruits that might be sabotaging your leg strength and what you can do about it. Number 7, mango. Mango is often hailed as the king of fruits, and it's no wonder why. Its sweet, juicy flesh, bursting with vibrant orange color, makes it a tropical delight that feels like a treat from nature itself. But while it's a favorite for many, especially for seniors, there's a little-known danger lurking behind its sweetness. Yes, mangoes might look harmless, but for older adults, they can be a sneaky culprit that silently harms leg strength and joint health. Mangoes are loaded with natural sugars, and while they may seem like a healthier choice than candy, they're just as damaging in their own way. The body, as we age, becomes less efficient at processing sugars. This leads to sharp spikes in blood sugar levels after eating fruits like mangoes. And when that happens, inflammation can take root deep within your joints. For many seniors, this means pain and swelling, especially in areas that already bear the weight of aging: the knees, feet, and ankles. Perhaps you've noticed that after indulging in a mango, your legs feel a little heavier or more tired than usual. Maybe there's a subtle tingling sensation in your toes or an uncomfortable swelling in your feet. These are all red flags that your body is struggling to handle the surge in sugar, and it's not just a one-time issue. Mango's sugar content can trigger these reactions consistently, leading to more frequent discomfort, tightness in the joints, and overall decreased mobility. The problem with mangoes isn't just that they're sweet, it's that they're deceptively easy to overeat. One small slice can turn into a whole half of the fruit or even more. It's so refreshing, so light, and so easy to consume. But every extra bite adds more sugar to your bloodstream, more strain on your joints, and more inflammation over time. The slow buildup of this excess sugar, combined with the inflammation it causes, ultimately weakens the strength of your legs. You might not feel it immediately, but over time, this constant sugar assault wears down your body's resilience. So if you've been enjoying mangoes regularly and wondering why your legs are feeling stiff, weak, or sore, it could be time to reconsider. You might be falling for the sweet trap that is so tempting, but is quietly draining your leg strength. While mangoes may taste like a gift from the tropics, for seniors, they can also be a hidden threat to leg mobility. It's important to remember that what seems healthy or refreshing on the outside might have hidden costs. The next time you reach for a mango, consider the impact it could have on your joints and legs in the long run. It's not about avoiding fruits completely, but rather about being mindful of the ones that can sneakily sabotage your leg strength over time. Number 6, green apples. Have you ever reached for a green apple thinking, well, at least it's healthier than the red ones? You're not alone. Green apples have this reputation for being the smart choice. They're lower in sugar, they taste a little tart, and they've been a go-to snack for people trying to eat clean. But if you're over 60 and struggling with leg stiffness, sore joints, or sudden fatigue in your thighs or calves, that green apple might not be as innocent as it seems. Let's talk about malic acid. That's the compound that gives green apples their signature sour bite. While malic acid does have some benefits in small doses, it can become irritating when it builds up in your body over time, especially if you're already dealing with joint inflammation or digestive sensitivity, which is very common in older adults. Your stomach lining and gut aren't as resilient as they once were. That means even something natural, like the acid in green apples, can cause a chain reaction that leads to stiffness, aches, and even nerve-like pain in the lower body. Some seniors have reported feeling tightness in their hips or an uncomfortable pulling sensation behind the knees after eating green apples regularly. Others notice burning or tingling in their feet and calves, a sign that circulation may be struggling and inflammation is on the rise. These aren't coincidences. They're subtle signs that your body's trying to tell you something isn't right. And here's the thing. Even though green apples taste less sweet, they still contain a fair amount of sugar. Sure, it's natural sugar, but as we age, our ability to regulate blood sugar levels changes. Your body may take longer to process even small amounts of sugar, which causes sugar spikes that strain your blood vessels and reduce oxygen flow to the muscles in your legs. Over time, that means more swelling, more fatigue, and that all too familiar feeling of heaviness in your lower limbs. You might think, but it's just an apple. And that's exactly why it's tricky. These small habits, snacking on a green apple each afternoon or having one after dinner, can slowly contribute to a daily buildup of acid and sugar in your system. You don't notice it right away, but after weeks or months, the discomfort sets in. You're moving slower, your knees feel tight, your feet get tired after short walks. You're not imagining it. It could very well be the fruit you thought was helping. This doesn't mean you need to fear fruit altogether. But for older adults, especially those already dealing with leg weakness, poor circulation, or arthritis, it's important to know that not all healthy foods are healthy for everyone. What worked for your body at 30 or 40 might not work the same at 65 or 70, and that's okay. What matters now is listening to how your body reacts and making smart, gentle changes to support your energy, mobility, and strength. So next time you pick up a green apple, take a moment. Ask yourself, have your legs been more tired lately? Is that afternoon ache in your thighs really just from sitting too long? Or could your food be playing a part in it? Because sometimes protecting your legs starts with something as small as switching up your snack. Number 5, oranges. Have you ever started your day with a tall glass of orange juice, thinking you were making a healthy choice? It's bright, fresh, packed with vitamin C, and has always been linked to a strong immune system. For years, oranges have been labeled a superfruit, a breakfast table hero. But what if I told you that for many seniors, this cheerful fruit might be doing more harm than good, especially to your legs and joints? While it's true that oranges are rich in vitamin C, they also contain high levels of citric acid, and that acid can become a real problem as we age. If you're someone who already deals with joint pain, arthritis, or any sort of chronic inflammation, the acid in oranges can quietly intensify those symptoms. Think about the last time you felt stiffness in your knees or an ache in your hips after sitting for a while. What if part of that discomfort was linked to something as innocent as your morning orange? You see, citric acid doesn't just pass through the body unnoticed. It irritates the soft tissues surrounding our joints, especially when those joints are already inflamed or weakened with age. Over time, this can lead to increased inflammation, swelling, and reduced flexibility, particularly in the knees, ankles, and lower back. And the worst part is, it's often so subtle that most people never make the connection. They go about their routine day after day, wondering why their legs feel heavier, why they need more breaks during walks, or why stairs feel more exhausting than they used to. But that's only half the story. Along with acid, oranges contain natural sugars that spike your blood sugar levels. As we age, our body's ability to manage these sugar spikes slows down. When sugar and acid enter the bloodstream together, they create the perfect environment for chronic inflammation to develop, especially in areas with poor circulation, like your legs and feet. That combination leads to a cycle of stiffness, fatigue, and discomfort that becomes harder to shake off as the years go by. And let's not forget orange juice, that seemingly healthy drink we pour each morning. It's actually highly concentrated with both acid and sugar, and most of us drink it without any fiber to slow down its absorption. It rushes into the bloodstream, creating a sugar surge that stresses your blood vessels and inflames your joints. If you've been drinking orange juice every day, thinking it's boosting your health, you might be unknowingly triggering that stiff leg feeling that follows you around all day. Now, I'm not saying oranges are evil, but for older adults, especially those already dealing with leg weakness or joint issues, being more selective with your fruit choices can make a real difference. Maybe it's time to rethink the idea that oranges are always a healthy choice. Maybe what once worked for your body doesn't work as well anymore. And that's okay. Our bodies change, and our habits should too. So the next time you reach for an orange or pour yourself some juice, take a moment to listen to your body. Has your joint pain been worse lately? Do your legs feel more tired than usual? Could it be that something as simple as your fruit intake is playing a hidden role? because you deserve to walk without pain, to feel strong in your legs, and to enjoy each day with confidence, not stiffness. Sometimes protecting your health starts with questioning what you thought was healthy all along. Before we continue, if you're finding this information helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It only takes a second, and it helps us keep bringing you valuable tips to improve your health and well-being. If you know someone who could benefit from this advice, share this video with them. Together, we can make healthier choices and live better lives. Number 4, watermelon. Now let's move on to a fruit that practically screams summertime joy, watermelon. It's cool, juicy, and feels like the ultimate healthy snack when the weather gets hot. Most of us reach for a slice thinking we're hydrating and doing our bodies a favor. But for seniors, the truth behind watermelon might surprise you, because even though it looks innocent and refreshing, it could be silently working against your leg strength. You see, watermelon is over 90% water, so it feels light and harmless. But underneath that cool, watery surface is a hidden danger, a high glycemic index. That means watermelon causes your blood sugar to spike quickly, almost like eating a sugary treat. For a younger body, that sugar hit might be easier to process. But as we age, our metabolism slows down, and our cells become more resistant to insulin. So when your blood sugar suddenly jumps, your body struggles to handle it. Those spikes don't just stay in your bloodstream, they lead to inflammation, especially in places where circulation is already weak. That includes your legs, your knees, your calves, your ankles. Over time, this repeated stress can lead to stiffness when walking, swelling that seems to come out of nowhere, and a heavy, dragging feeling in your lower body that makes even short walks feel tiring. The worst part? You might not even realize watermelon is behind it because the symptoms show up gradually. And because watermelon feels light and refreshing, most people eat more than they think. One slice turns into 2, 3, or more. It's sweet, but you don't taste the danger because it doesn't seem like a sugary food. Yet the effect is very real. Each bite brings another sugar rush, followed by another wave of inflammation. Your joints begin to feel tighter. Your legs don't recover like they used to after a stroll, and slowly your energy fades without any clear explanation. What's tricky is that watermelon is often promoted as a healthy option. And yes, in small amounts, and for younger people, it can be. But for seniors, especially those over 60 with a slower circulation and more sensitive joints, it's a different story. The hydration benefit is outweighed by the toll it takes on your blood sugar and joint health. You may be sipping water during the day and thinking you're staying balanced, but if you're loading up on watermelon, your body could be quietly struggling behind the scenes. So if you've been noticing that your legs feel more tired lately, or your knees are stiffer in the morning than they used to be, take a look at what you're eating. That sweet, juicy watermelon might be tricking you. It's pretending to help while actually adding more stress to the parts of your body that already need the most care. This doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to watermelon forever, but it's about awareness. It's about realizing that not all fruits serve our bodies the same way as we get older. And sometimes the ones that look the most refreshing can be the ones doing the most harm, quietly, slowly, and without warning. Take a moment to check in with how you feel after eating certain fruits. That heaviness in your legs or that swelling that shows up without a reason. It could be your body's way of telling you it needs a change. And you have the power to make that change, one thoughtful choice at a time. Number 3, grapes. Next up, let's talk about a fruit that seems so innocent. Most of us don't even think twice before popping a handful in our mouths. Grapes. They're sweet, juicy, and bite-sized. They feel light, harmless, and are often praised for being heart-healthy. You see them in fruit salads, snack trays, and even frozen as a refreshing summer treat. But what if I told you that for seniors, grapes might be quietly contributing to something far more serious? Joint pain, inflammation, and weakening legs. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Grapes contain a natural sugar called fructose. While it might sound healthier than table sugar, when you consume a lot of fructose, especially over time, it goes straight to the liver, where it gets converted into fat and something called uric acid. And that's where the real problem begins. Uric acid doesn't just sit in your liver, it starts to build up in your bloodstream, and eventually it finds its way into your joints. When this happens, you may start to experience aches, burning sensations, and stiffness, especially in your toes, ankles, and knees. Ever had that sudden sharp pain in your big toe in the middle of the night? Or a strange tightness in your calves after a short walk? That discomfort that creeps up slowly and makes each step feel heavier than the last? It could very well be your body reacting to a regular dose of grapes, slowly raising your uric acid levels and triggering inflammation in the most sensitive areas of your legs. And here's the tricky part. Grapes are way too easy to overeat. One handful turns into two, maybe three, and before you know it, you've eaten the equivalent of several tablespoons of sugar. Unlike other fruits that might fill you up, grapes go down quickly, almost like candy. But your body pays the price later. That sugar doesn't just disappear. It starts to mess with your insulin response, contributes to inflammation, and causes your joints to feel swollen and tight. It's a slow, steady buildup that most people don't even notice until walking gets harder, stairs feel steeper, and legs begin to feel like they're constantly weighed down. And yes, grapes are technically full of antioxidants, but those benefits can be completely overshadowed when you're dealing with excess sugar and chronic joint inflammation. Especially for people over 60 whose metabolism and circulation have naturally slowed, the body simply can't process that sugar as easily as it used to. What once felt like a healthy snack in your 30s or 40s might now be quietly undermining your leg strength and mobility in your golden years. This doesn't mean you have to cut out every grape from your life forever, but if you've been noticing more stiffness, swelling, or discomfort in your legs and joints, especially after snacking, this could be one of the sneaky culprits. Think about how often you eat grapes without even realizing how many you've had. It's not just about sugar, it's about how that sugar interacts with your aging body, your joints, and your ability to move freely and without pain. You deserve to walk with ease, to stand up without stiffness, to move through your day without wondering why your legs feel like they're dragging behind you. And it starts by being more mindful of the small things, like a bowl of grapes on the counter, that could be making a big difference in how your body feels. Your legs carry you through life. Let's make sure we're not feeding them something that's slowly stealing their strength. Number 2, bananas. Now, let's move on to a fruit that most people think is their best friend. Bananas. They're soft, sweet, easy to grab on the go, and packed with potassium. For years, we've been told bananas are good for muscle strength and preventing cramps. But here's something surprising. For seniors, bananas might actually be working against you, especially when it comes to leg strength. You see, bananas are full of natural sugar and fast-digesting carbs. When you eat one, your blood sugar rises quickly. And while that might not have been a big deal when you were younger, things are different now. As we age, our bodies become less sensitive to insulin, and our metabolism slows down. These sugar spikes can lead to poor circulation and more inflammation in the body. That directly affects your legs, causing tiredness, soreness, and even swelling. You might notice stiffness in your knees after meals or that your legs feel heavier when walking. These small aches might seem like a normal part of aging, but in some cases, the daily banana could be playing a part in making things worse. Another issue is fluid retention. Bananas can cause your body to hold on to water, especially if you have heart conditions or circulation problems. That can lead to swollen ankles, puffiness in the legs, and more pressure on your joints. It doesn't happen suddenly. It builds up slowly, quietly, until walking or climbing stairs feels harder than it should. The tricky part is that bananas seem so healthy. Most people eat them thinking they're doing the right thing. But for seniors, especially those over 60, bananas may silently be weakening the very muscles you're trying to protect. And let's be honest, bananas are easy to overeat. One in the morning, maybe one as a snack later in the day. But each time your body gets hit with that sugar spike, over time that adds stress to your blood vessels, your joints, and your energy levels. This doesn't mean bananas are evil. They're not. But it does mean you need to ask yourself, is this still good for me at this stage in life? Because what worked when you were 40 might not work the same at 70. If you've been feeling more fatigue in your legs, stiffness after sitting, or swelling in your ankles, you might want to rethink that banana habit. Remember, your legs are your freedom. They help you stay active, independent, and strong. And the small choices you make each day, including the fruits you eat, can have a big impact on how you feel and move. So be kind to your legs. They carry you through life. Number 1, pineapple. All right, first up on the list, and this one might surprise you. Let's talk about pineapple. Yeah, pineapple. It's sweet, juicy, tropical, and for years people have believed it's great for reducing inflammation. A lot of that comes from bromelain, a natural enzyme found in pineapple that's been praised for helping with swelling and pain. But here's the twist. If you're over 60, that same fruit might be doing more harm than good. See, pineapple has a hidden side. Behind that bright, refreshing taste, it's loaded with strong natural acids and a high amount of sugar. And here's the thing. As we get older, our bodies just don't handle sugar the same way. Our blood vessels become more sensitive, our metabolism slows down, and those sudden sugar spikes, they can actually damage the tiny blood vessels in your legs and feet. These are the same blood vessels that carry oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. So when they're not working properly, your legs start to feel tired, heavy, and weak. You might notice it after a short walk or even just getting out of a chair, that dull ache, the swelling, or the stiffness in your knees. Pineapple seems harmless, even healthy. But for older adults, it can be a quiet trigger for joint pain, swelling, and poor circulation in the legs. It's not about saying pineapple is bad. It's about knowing when it's no longer right for you, because your body is changing. And what helped you in your 30s or 40s might not be helping you now. So if you've been dealing with unexplained leg pain, or your knees just don't feel as strong as they used to, take a closer look at your fruit choices. That one slice of pineapple might be a hidden reason why things feel off. Sometimes all it takes is removing one food to start feeling better again. More strength, less pain, and easier movement. If you're over 60 and feeling frustrated by leg weakness despite your best efforts, you're not alone. Many seniors unknowingly consume fruits that can harm leg strength. But don't worry, there's hope. By making informed choices, you can protect your muscles and regain your vitality. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.